Good morning, y'all. Did you say your affirmations? Did you say your prayers? Did you put your whole entire armor of God on? I done left my glasses upstairs, child. But I'm out here getting this sun. Oh goodness, yesterday was my grandbaby's birthday, child. And we went to she had one of those rooms and side of what is called, I don't know, the little jumpy place. Child, for the price tag on that, urban something. Child, y'all need to get it together. I'm serious. Y'all, I cannot believe the price tag on that party. And the little that was provided. Child. Food backed up on the time. They just ain't together. I'm here to let y'all know. You want to spend that many hundreds of dollars, that ain't the place to do it. I'm just gonna be honest. Don't do it. They not worth it. The party is literally not worth it. I see why they had people having their little parties right at the table. That's what it's given. That's what you should do. Because the amount of money just to have a closed off room was definitely not worth it. Large pieces, the size of medium pieces. Child, I cannot with the people. I'm serious. I can't. But anyway, I enjoyed myself. My grandbaby had a good time. My girl had a good time. She got a lot of gifts. And so, as long as they cool with it, what can we say? But I did a thing, y'all, last night when I got home. I did a thing. What y'all like? What y'all think about this red, baby? I toned it down a little bit. But, you know what? I want to talk about something, y'all. Hi, y'all. I want to talk about, and I know, y'all, we have these discussions a lot. But, unfortunately, y'all been here for a long time, but some people ain't been here for a long time. But I'm about to tell y'all about something, y'all. Check this out. The first thing I want to say is, like I always say, be careful who you bring into your life. Because we're going to talk about something that I know personally, right? When we bring people in our lives and they, I was going to say, especially men, but no, this goes both ways. When people are possessive over you and really want to be with you real bad for whatever reason, that's a red flag. Because first and foremost, we wrestle against not flesh and blood. That means we're not wrestling against people. We wrestling against darkness and the rulers of the darkness, meaning spiritual. This is what this means. And some people are truly possessed. And we don't know how possessed people really are, right? Because we see it as they really, hi baby, good morning. We see it as, oh man, Shorty crazy about me. Girl, you know, girl, you know how he is. He don't play about me. Look, be real careful with that. It's a real thin line between somebody really liking you and somebody that's possessed and will go at great lengths to be with you, to keep you around and have you around. Because we don't know how dark a person will go to be with you or to keep you in their presence, right? And because we don't seem to sometimes really think that deep, and I'm not saying that you slow or nothing like that, because a lot of people just be thinking people are like them, you know? We just believe when we meet people that people are who they say they are, but a lot of times they're not. Some people are really and truly demonic and evil. And understand that this don't mean somebody who make a little mistake here and there, you know, tell a little lie, you know, tell a little white lie here and there, you know, have little hiccups in it. Like, we're not talking about them. That's, you know, that's life. Unfortunately, we all sin, right? But we talk about people who are truly dark. And just let's think about the movie, what's the movie with the girl that was possessed, and they had the right there in the steps up there in Georgetown. Y'all, I don't know. Is that Amityville Horror? But no, I ain't talking about Amityville Horror. I'm talking about the movie with the girl was possessed, and they had to get the demons. You know, they had to bring the priest and everybody in there. Let me tell you something. I want y'all to really hear me out. And I'm not saying this because this is some shit that I experienced. I'm serious. This is why I'm so passionate about what I'm saying, because I do not want y'all to run up against these kind of people, man. People like that girl on that movie, people are truly possessed like that, and to that degree. But Satan has gotten so clever when he possesses a body now that he knows how to let them show up and be normal, right? Because he would otherwise, if they showed up looking like the girl on the movie and acting like her, then people would stay clear. So he wouldn't be able to do anything to people if they showed up like that. So they show up nice. They show up, like I said before in another video, being who you need them to be, being who you want them to be. A lot of times when they women, they be them pick-me-ass women. Pick me, they want to be picked. They need a lot of attention. They want to focus off of everybody. They need to focus on them. The men are very possessive. They see people as an object. They don't see them as humans. You got to be real careful with this, because I'm going to tell you something. I know somebody who was so desperate for a man that she was willing. They both, this ain't no joke, this is real. They both was throwing spell work at me. Y'all seen me going through all that stuff, but y'all, I mean, I know in y'all mind, y'all probably like, Tracy, you really didn't look like you was going through nothing. I was, though. Look, the whole time I've been up here on this camera talking to y'all, I've been in a serious spiritual warfare against a bitch and a gump. Throwing spell work, and I'm going to tell you how people like that. I know what to do. They know who I am. She wanted my spot. Both of them. They was throwing so much spell work, y'all. They was throwing death magic, all kinds of shit. Tracy, how you know? Look, y'all. Some of us just a little different, okay? Let me just say that, okay? But what they didn't know is that I knew who I was, right? So they thought they was catching me off guard. They was throwing, I told y'all about 2 years ago, I told y'all how I was, for a whole month, it felt like I was having a heart attack. I'm talking about pain unbearable. I was showing up on this camera right here, y'all. Y'all ain't have a clue. I ended up telling y'all. But they was throwing all kinds of shit. Throwing magic, trying to isolate me, not realizing I'm already an introvert, dumb as hell. That's when I'm going to do my most thinking. And that's when I was fucking them up spiritually. Like, not no magic. Don't get it twisted. I don't indulge in no magic. But baby, when I lay down and walk around and sit in here and I talk to God, things gonna happen for me. I know that because I know who I am. Throwing all kinds of death magic. Now, the death magic that hit people in their family, took them out. They done blamed me for doing it. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna look you right in your eyes. I ain't never did no dark magic a day in my life. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I'm just saying, I wouldn't even know what. I ain't evil enough to do no shit like that. I love people too much to try to hurt somebody. Even though they did all that shit to me, I wouldn't want to hurt them. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean they ain't gonna get hurt though. But they was fucking with my money, fucking with my jobs, any kind of contracts that was coming my way. They was fucking with all this. I'm telling you how evil and dark people will go. And when they was doing they ain't stop. When they was doing the magic, the shit was hitting their family members, their friends, and people in their lives and their own lives. But what people like that will do is they will lie and pay people to lie and help them keep the lie going. Anytime you can get paid to do that kind of shit and lie and know you lying for somebody that you know doing evil, your ass gonna get the same backfires, because that's what they call spell backfires. And see, you can do spell work on people that don't know and do a lot of damage. But this is why I'm always keeping you in the know, because I ain't no gatekeeper. Because once you know the spell work, it's harder to really work. Once you build good rapport, this is one of the reasons why it's very important to pray and stay close to God, because people are doing shit like this all the time that we have no idea. And when you out here with no kind of protection, this shit will destroy your life. It will destroy everything around you and the people around you if you're unaware. And when those backfires hit, they don't be wanting the people around it like them. They don't want the people around them to know that it's coming from the shit that they throwing out. Because who want to be around a family that find out that you doing evil shit behind closed doors, and this is why your grandmother passed away. This is why your cousin got shot on the street. This is why this person was in a car accident. This is why this little kid died. Don't nobody want nobody to know it's their evil ass that's doing that. So they'll try to, this is what they did. So they tried to throw all of what is happening in their life and try to say, I'm doing spell work. And this is why this is happening. I'm attacking them. No, that fucking spell work goes back when you play around with somebody that God is protecting. But they don't want nobody to know that. Right? And so when you dealing with people that's evil like that, they try to get a lot of people on their team by playing dumb, playing like they don't know what's going on. Like, oh, this person is doing this to us. This is why this is happening to us. This is why, like, why is all this, your family members want, like, what the hell is going on? Why is people getting sick? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? And they'll try to throw it on the person that they already had people feeling like was coming up against them. But in reality, it's reverse psychology. They was coming at me. And the backfires backfired in their fucking life. And on the people around them. Because when you throw that spell work out, that's energy. If it can't do nothing to the person that you sent it out to, it's coming back to your ass. And it don't give a damn. It will take a kid out of here. It's energy. It's negative energy that you sent out. So it's not like the energy gonna say, oh, let me see. No, that's a baby. That's a 5-year-old. It's energy. It's not a person. So it don't take on a personality to say, oh, well, I can't hit them. That's a kid. That's a baby. No, it's fucking energy. It's gonna hit whoever in that person's life. And we got to be careful with stuff like this, because these people went so far to pay people to hide shit, to pay people to act like they knew that I did this shit. These people don't fucking know me. They only know me through a man that I knew for 3 motherfucking months that I ain't never let in my house, never brought him to my house, never showed him where I live or none of that shit. But I told y'all how the pregnant bitch showed up at my door, but I was doing something in here and I didn't look at my camera, so I didn't know nobody was at the door because I had my other phone listening to something in my ear, and this phone was upstairs, I think, on my bed. So I didn't see it till after I got upstairs to see it on my phone. I'm looking like, who the fuck? But let's just say this. How the fuck did she even know where I live? I told y'all she tried to run. She ran down, instead of her going down my steps and just right down the sidewalk to her truck across the street, she went down around the little car I told y'all I bought my daughter that's sitting in my driveway. She went around that and went up the street a little bit and then tried to come down and get in her truck. But my camera caught it all, right? But how she know where the fuck I live? I never brought this man to my house. Never brought him to my house a day in my fucking life. never showed him where I live or nothing. So how the bitch find out where I live? Because somebody following me, right? You either following me or you looking me up. And why the fuck would you be looking me up or following me when I don't deal with this person? I told y'all I let the person go because the spirit on this nigga was evil. I realized that. At first, I told y'all I was just coming outside from years. And I just happened to be out getting ready to go to a fight. And I met them, right? But shit started going. Now, I done spent over 25 years rebuilding my life from the ground up. Not meaning the ground up not having nothing, meaning the ground up from the life previous that I was living. I let that life go and I decided to do things the right way, right? And my life been on a steady incline ever since. I met this fucking person. Every fucking thing in my life went haywire. Can you imagine the kind of evil on some motherfucking body that you only know him for 3 months and all kinds of shit that you done spent 20-something years start going haywire? That's a lot of motherfucking demons on one person. I'm serious. That's a lot of evil on one person. That in that little bit of time, but what they kept doing, they was throwing spell work, just like every day, just throwing shit, trying to make sure I don't get back up on my feet and get back up in the flow of things. And can you imagine me walking off? You can imagine how angry a demon would get that thought that they was going to be able to. I couldn't be. It could be your girlfriend's hitting her up, or she hitting your girlfriend up on Facebook and making a basic chat. I can't read the rest. Let me see what you're saying. And then they say, oh, what's about this person? I got something for him. What's the address? And they took it off and tell him. And they come by, check out to see. Scope is on. Yeah. I don't got no girlfriends. I don't. But that's possible, you know. But I know what I know. And I'm just saying. So, but the person, the energy, the people with evil, demonic attachments can really destroy shit in your life. But, well, not but, it was also a lesson for me, right? Because I had to realize that I can't just be out here like I be telling y'all willy and nilly and just thinking everybody is good, because that's my nature, right? Because I'm good. I didn't go into meeting people with the mindset that everybody, you know, that I gotta watch them, that they may be like this, that they may be like that. But that was a hard lesson for me to learn. And that's a lesson that God needed me to learn, because I'm always showing up, just being, you know, friendly, nice. How can I help you? Like, I was giving this person all kinds of good advice, you know, in that little bit of time, because in a little bit of time, I do a lot for people because it's just who I am. But it was a lesson that God had to teach me. Everybody not like you, and you don't cast your pearls before swine. That's why you got to use your intuition. And I told y'all when I first met this person, my intuition was going off like, I was ignoring it initially. And then when I would sit by myself, and when I would go down to my RV, you know, of course I'm surrounded by all these trees and nature. So you hear a lot more when you're in nature. And so stuff started coming to me. And God was showing me and making the conversations replay. He was making me see the body language. He was making me hear what I didn't hear. You remember when they did this? But listen, remember when they said that? Remember when they did this? Remember when you was on the phone with them? Remember when they did? And so I said, oh, okay, okay. Even though I saw it, when I saw it, like I told y'all in the beginning, I seen it when it was happening. But sometimes we try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and we override our intuition when it's telling us clearly what is happening. But then we'll try to give people the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt can cost you a whole lot. I promise you. Because these people are dark as hell. They do spell work on a regular, on the people around them. I told y'all that. We be thinking people not this evil, but they are, man. And these are people who claim to be church people. I told you what he told me. Yeah, I'm about to be a pastor. I got, I forgot, because I don't want to lie. I forgot what he said. And, you know, like I told y'all in the video, I'm sitting here saying, now, based on, you sitting here with a whole fucking gun in your lap. Who riding around 50-something years old with a gun in their fucking lap? Talking about they getting ready to be a pastor. But see, these are some of the things that I saw. But again, trying to give a person the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, well, maybe they getting their life together, you know. Maybe it's because the environment they in, they may not, you know what might happen. But that's not the reality of it. This person is a killer. In more ways than one. Spiritually and physically. And so, me walking away created havoc for the demons on them. Because demons they don't have no other way to get close to the light. They spend most of their time in darkness and around people that's full of darkness. So when they run across people that got that light in them, they'll do any damn thing to stay connected. Because their ultimate goal is they want to suck your light from you and possess it as their own so that they can walk around in your light, fooling people when they really evil and dark. And people won't know the wiser because they'll show up in your light. So people will believe that they good. But they full of darkness. This is why it's dangerous. to be allowing anybody in your space. And I'm talking about, these are real people who people probably think they real church people, go to church on a regular, talking about God on a regular, full of darkness, full-blown possessed, but they constantly searching out for people of light, because if they can just steal a little bit of light, they can continue to fool the people around them, and they can show up in that energy that's not theirs. And this is what they do. They seek out to steal people's destinies, all for the sake of greed. They full of hate and jealousy, because demons love to walk in light. Because you got to remember, Satan used to be a light bearer, right? He missed that. He know how great it feels to walk in divine light. He loves the way that feels. Ain't nothing like that. So he used people to get just a glimpse of it if he can. Just let me get a little bit of it. And he'll go at great lengths to get just a little piece. And if he can take somebody who full of light completely out, he don't care. Because guess what? He get to walk around in that light for a nice little amount of time and fool a whole lot of people. That's why I told y'all, be careful when you're around people. Like, you meet people or you're around people, and I was telling y'all how you'll meet them and they'll be one way, and before you know it, they kind of, now, not that we don't make people be better, but you got to know the difference between you helping somebody be better and them trying to walk in your light. You meet them, and then all of a sudden, you start watching them. Their mannerisms are starting to be like yours. You know, you sitting, kicking it, and you start hearing them. They kind of sounding like you, talking like you. You know, that's somebody who is trying to take your whole being. That's called destiny swapping. That's somebody who's trying to become you. But when you're not paying attention, you don't see it like that. When you don't know what's really going on and how this spiritual shit go, you don't realize that that's what they're doing. Be careful. Stay clear of people like that. That's somebody trying to take on your whole persona. That's not somebody who admire you. That's somebody who want to be you, and they trying to take everything from you, but they doing it in a way by being close to you and acting like they good with you, but the whole time it's hate and jealousy and envy behind in that spirit, and they want everything you got. That's what was going on with them. When people playing spell work, they can look deep into your entire life. They can see they can see all your childhood traumas. They'll come in and try to play on those. Keep those wounds open so they can drain you of all your fucking energy. Because they'll keep snatching they'll keep snatching the scab off of the wound. But that's why I tell y'all it's important to heal, because people will attack you where your trauma's at. And you don't realize that's what they doing. Because one thing about a demon, they'll slow walk you real long. They don't care how long it takes. And this person thought that that's what they was going to do to me. But because divine protection, God going to help me. And let me know, back up. Back up. And when you back up from demons, they get angry. Because they had plans for you. And now you messed up the plan. So now they mad. So what you think they going to do when they get mad? They going to attack. Any way they can. Slander your name. Throw spell work. Whatever it takes to make you feel the pain and feel unworthy and feel unwanted, unloved, like everything around you is just falling apart. They want you to be in despair because you took your energy away. Sound like a narc, huh? Because that's how they roll. Because they demons, I told y'all that. That's a demonic spirit. That's a demonic possessed person. That's why I told y'all, don't be playing around acting like, oh, such and such is just a narcissist. But you stay connected to them. It's not just that simple. We wrestle against darkness. That's a spirit. That's a demon. So you can't be out here taking things like this lightly and brushing it off as that's just a narc, or that's just who they are, even if they're not a narc. Oh, they just like that. Nobody knows how evil and dark people really are, you know. And so we don't want to be out here. I'm not trying to tell you don't be who you are and don't be nice to people and don't be good to people. But I am saying use your discernment, because had I listened the very moment that I met the person to my intuition, poof, it would have been done. But they wanted to create an energetic cord to suck off my energy even while I wasn't there. This is what y'all don't understand. Sleeping with people in that's dark like that, they can bind, and especially when they dark and playing in spell work, they can bind themselves to you. So every level up you get, they get one too. Because they can't create nothing on their own, because they full of darkness. And they can't manifest. So they got to attach themselves to people who are great manifestors. People who lives always elevating. Even when it look like they doing bad, they still be doing good. Because the grace of God is on them. And they know if they stay attached to if they can bind themselves to a person like that, or keep a cord connected to a person like that, then they get to get a little bit of those blessings, even though they ain't around. I'm trying to tell you what's good. This is what people be out here doing. This is what these people was doing. And you got women, I told y'all this in the video before, you got women and men out here that do this shit for a living, team up and do this. And you know what? You know how y'all, sometimes we be saying, she know that nigga cheating on her. She let him do this, she let him do that, or he letting her do that. Let me tell you something. Now, this ain't all the time. We know that. Sometimes when people play in darkness, they are in cahoots with each other. Say they want to sleep with you. Say the girl want to sleep with you, Fonzo, right? And they playing spell work. This is what they do. They siphoning energy from good people. She'll come and sleep with you and get that good energy. Go back and sleep with that person and whoever in that little circle. And they take that energy sexually and pass it through. And you are none the wiser. I'm trying to hip y'all to what the fuck is going on out here. And they'll go sleep with their person. And sometimes that energy be so fucking good, shit start going good in their life. They want them to keep sleeping with you. They want them to keep sleeping with you so they can keep coming up off of your energy. Y'all better act like y'all know what the fuck is going on out here. This rabbit hole is deep. And the people that got the money been operating like this all the time. And y'all be talking about they be passing the women around. Why you think they doing that? Why you think them freak-offs was like that? Energy harvesting. How the fuck you think they staying rich? Stealing energy. Siphoning energy. But because the public don't know how this shit go, they been getting away with it. Not on my watch. This is what's going on out here. Because it's a spiritual warfare. And they know the masses are not open for spirituality. Because they gave you something in the place of that. Religion. Why? To keep you off your spiritual paths. To keep you blinded to the spiritual warfare. Because if they didn't give you something in the place of that, I mean, they had to give you something in the place of spirituality. Why you think religion deems spirituality to be evil? You gotta know, if they saying it's evil, then it's probably good. That's how they set things up. Why you think they gave you pharmaceutical medicine instead of that was coming out of the ground? Everything that they deem evil is the things that's good. They know that though. But they did it on purpose. I'm not knocking nobody who religious. Because whatever you feel is for you, then that's for you. But I'm just giving you some insight on what's real and what's going on out here. Because if spirituality was evil, then how would you fight against darkness and the spirits? How you gonna fight against that? How? Because religion keeps you in the darkness from that, so that you can continuously be a target. So they gotta deem it evil the same way they deem taking the stuff from the ground not good. They gave you something in the place of that too. They gave you something in the place of everything that God gave you naturally, and deemed that not to work. Your ancestors ain't take no pills. Your ancestors ain't go to church. I'm just saying. Let your spirit be your guide, not what people telling you. Control is the ultimate goal. And all these things control, because if they set up all these things, then they know where your mind is at. They know how you thinking, how you feeling. This is the reason for that. Because if you was dealing with your spirit, They know the battle would be real hard. They know the control would be hard. Because when you dealing with your spirit, you're going to be a free thinker. You're going to be free in your mind and in your spirit. Because nobody else would be able to guide you and control you. Because you would be moving according to your spirit and how it's telling you to move. And that's what they don't want. They want full control. So they had to put things in place. Schools, doctors, medicine. They had to put all these things in place to keep control. But demons is all around us and people that we spend time with every day. And we got to really be careful with that, you know. Some things in our lives, you know, ain't always going wrong because of what we doing. I told y'all, sometimes it's who you connected to. Because you can get hit with karma by association. You know how they say, well, I mean, they shot the bullet, and I was sitting in the car. I didn't even know he went in the store and did that. They don't give a damn. Same principles. Same principles. Same principles. But we don't see life that way. But that's how it is. Say, you mean to tell me God gonna hit me because this Bama is messed up? Yeah, because it's not about hitting you because this Bama is messed up. It's about your energy is right here beside this energy. It's spiritual. So energy does not care. You're in proximity to this person. You're going to get this work with this person. That's why you got to be careful. That energy don't care who you are. God's people get hit too. You know, so we can't sit there and think like, oh, well, shit, I go to church every Sunday. You know, I be praying. I be doing this. I be doing that. And, you know, man, I be doing the right thing. Very well, that could happen. And that could be very well true. Same as me, outsider, going to church. But did I not get hit? Did I not get hit hard? Yes, I did. Why? Proximity to somebody evil. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Be careful. Not even just the proximity to being around them and what they was doing. That's like a double whammy. That's why y'all just sent me sitting here for 2 years. Not really working. But what you also see is, I ain't going in it. My freezer stay stacked. My light's still on. My mortgage is still in good standing. And I just wake up every day and kind of do what the hell I want to do. Because favor and protection will still be there. Because I learned the lesson. I got away from those people, right? Including the people that I grew up with, family members, all that. I had to let it go. So, hold up, y'all. God still protect me through it all. I might ain't couldn't go on no trip in the last. I went on a trip what Thanksgiving before last. I went out of town, but I ain't been able to go on no trips, and maybe not do a few important things that need to be done. But for the most part, I'm good, right? Because when somebody constantly daily wake up to do spell work, spend all night doing spell work in graveyards and doing all kinds of shit. I know sometimes y'all might feel like, well, dang, I mean, God can't stop them. Yeah, but you got to understand, things have cycles and we have cycles of things. Like anything else in life, everything has a cycle, and God was protecting me and taking care of me, even though they was doing what they was doing. So I'm sure most of the stuff did not hit me, because I probably could have been in one of those. I mean, I can't see that because no. But if it was a different person, and I'm sure they done destroyed a lot of people's lives. Because when you're not aware what people are doing, these things can really truly affect your life. But also, when people are like that and they attacking somebody that's truly protected by God, you start to see it show up. All of what they threw out, you start to see it show up in their own life. Everything that they wanted for the person or the people, it starts to show up in their own life. It's called a backfire. Some people will start to look psychotic, crazy, because that's what they wanted for that person or those people. And when you continuously do spell work all the time, it will fuck with your mind. It will start to create sicknesses in the body and all of that. You can't just keep doing that and think that you just gonna stay regular. It don't work like that. And we gotta be real careful, man. I'm serious. That's why I'm always trying to help y'all understand how especially men on this, trying to sleep with a lot of women, y'all, it's dangerous. It's spiritually dangerous. You know, a lot of times they say, the black man ain't trying. He ain't doing this. Some of them ain't. But for the ones that are doing so much hard work, really trying to get their foot up on the mountaintop, trying to get all the way where they need to be. And they know they doing everything that they supposed to be doing. They know they working hard. They know they grinding. They know they not, trying to cut no corners. They know they not. But guess what it be? Your sacral chakra is out of alignment, meaning your sexual energy is off. You got to balance all your chakras out. And most black men, sacral chakra is off the charts. You can't create a good life when your chakras is out of alignment. It don't work like that. That's why I be trying to tell y'all to be disciplined. Hi, Boo. Good morning. You gotta be careful, y'all. And the people at the top, this is how they was able to take y'all down. Through lust. Because they know if they can keep your sacral chakra off balance, it would be hard for you to get your life balanced. So they made sure that you constantly thought about vagina, butt, anything that had to do with lust, because those things gonna keep you off balanced. And it would be very hard for you to balance your actual life out if your chakras is out of alignment. You gotta balance your life out. Don't be out here. Your sexual energy is very important. And it can throw your whole life off if you don't get it imbalanced. And that's why a lot of y'all having so many struggles with your money, your finances, your love life, all that, because your chakras is out of alignment. You gotta get your sacral chakra in alignment, your heart chakra, your third eye chakra. I can't think of them all right now, but you can look them up. But you gotta get your throat chakra, meaning being able to speak up for yourself, speaking truth to power. You have to get all your chakras in alignment. You cannot be out here undisciplined, because that's what evil spirits is looking for. Undisciplined people, because that's where they can come in and wreak havoc on your life. And because you can't see them, you don't realize that's what's happening. So get in balance, y'all. Don't let these people keep tripping y'all up with these demonic ass spirits, these with big butts and cute faces. You ain't worth more than that. What New Edition say? Never trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. I'm just saying. Have some discipline. Make sure that when you're meeting people with the intention of having a healthy friendship. You don't want to just be friends with people just to be friends with them. But that's how we've been living. Your friendship should be intentional. They should come with something that can provide something for you, and vice versa. You don't need friends just to have friends. You don't need a husband just to have a husband. You don't need a wife just to have a wife. You don't need a girlfriend just to have a girlfriend. You don't need a boyfriend just to have a boyfriend. You don't need a job just to have a job. Or everything in your life should benefit you. By whatever needs that you need met. That thing, that person, that it should provide that for you. Or you just ain't doing it. It's just a worthless friendship. You ain't getting nothing out of it, so why you want it? Stop having somebody in your bed just to have somebody in your bed. What's the point of that? And then a lot of y'all wake up the next morning and be like, man, what's this bitch going home? I mean, yeah, what time you about to leave? Because I got something to do. Why you sleep with somebody like that? What was the point of that? Stop doing that. You worth more than that. And you deserve more than that. Well, I love y'all, man. I do. I do. I love people. I love my people. And I want the best for y'all. I want to see y'all shining, glowing, feeling amazing every day you wake up. Knowing that you got a purpose and you got something out here that's waiting on you. Every day you wake up knowing today gonna be a great day for me because I'm a great person. So whatever's out there for me that's gonna elevate me and make me better, I receive it and I want it. Come to me now, all good things. I'm just saying, we deserve the best in life. We deserve everything that God wants us to have. But we gotta do something to get that. And that's getting in alignment. Balancing things out in our life. Making sure we're moving with good intentions. That's how you create the life you want. It don't just come through hard work. You can work hard as hell for 65 years and die with nothing and never had nobody to truly love you. Hard work ain't gonna just get it. You gotta do things spiritually to help assist the hard work. So get in alignment, y'all. Balance them chakras out. Drink plenty of water. Make sure you spend time in nature and allow yourself, the healing that you deserve. You come from the earth. So that's where you need to be sometimes. You need to spend time with the earth. Get out there and just allow yourself, lay on a blanket or lay without a blanket, and just listen. You'd be surprised of what nature has to tell you that you be missing because you're so preoccupied with your phone, your music, and whatever else. You are a natural being. And you need nature to help you on your journey in this world. Because remember, you in this world, you're not of this world. You're a spirit living a worldly experience. And you determine where your spirit go when it leaves this world by how you perform while you're here. To the moon and back. But I'm just saying, what you think about this red, y'all? I done did a thing. Almost 12 o'clock at night last night. Y'all act like y'all know. I probably should have did this in the winter time. This is a little dark for the summer, but well, it is what it is. I'm just saying. What that say? I am confident in my ability to cope with my life. Hallelujah. Glory be to God. But anyway, y'all go cook some dinner. Ladies, go cook for them fellas. Love up on them and y'all love them back. You help out around the house. This is teamwork, team effort. Everybody do their part so nobody don't feel overworked and underappreciated. All right? Now go have a great day. And girl, hook them up. You know what I mean? We grown around here. Cook them something good and hook them all the way up. But anyway, have a great one, y'all. And don't forget to fill your cup up first and give from the overflow. And love up on who's loving up on you. Peace. I love y'all to the moon and beyond.